Hey, good morning, everyone. I just wanted to give a little testimonial to my experience this past week. If you're not familiar with it, Trinity Youth Conference is a youth leadership conference that's held in Shellsburg, Pennsylvania. It's near Bedford. It's been going on for 50 plus years now. It was originally sponsored and funded by the Synod, which is uh, associated with the Presbytery. So it's a Presbyterian association, but anyone is welcome, and you don't even have to really have any faith to necessarily come. It's just an amazing week. There are youth from high school age, from you can be a sophomore in high school all the way through your end of college. I went for 7 years growing up, and this was my 5th year on staff. Hadn't been back since 2019, but I got to come back and have some real, just an easy time, just spending time with the campers and with the fellow adults. And I was in charge of free time activities this week. It is just such a special experience and special week because we always kind of joke that like that's the real world, and people are their true selves, and they're vulnerable, and they're honest with things, and they're open about it, and you can let down your walls. And the flip side of that is that we come back and we always say like, well, this is the real world, so which is it? It's like it's a hard one to decipher. Is that your true self, or is it your true self out here where you have to be a little bit more guarded? And I don't know the right answer, but I am making it my mission, my challenge for myself the rest of this year, and through my life, to continue to be more of that self, which is a lot gentler, a lot kinder, and also sharing a lot more. So the theme of the week of the worship was based off of the verse James 1:12. Really just kind of talks about going through and persevering through trials and going through tough times, and as a result of those tough times you shall receive the crown of life. And that is the message that we've talked about. We talked a lot about how can we be doers this week, or really we talked about being doers, but how can we be doers in our hometowns, in our churches, in our communities? And I loved it. It was an amazing week. Evan Stewart did a great job leading the worship and helping to facilitate that message and that discussion. And so I'm just going to continue to be a little bit more open about my faith and how it guides me, how it pushes me in directions that help me to be more of the type of human that I want to be. And I realize that I don't have any pastoral education or guidance. I don't have any theological studying or education, but I have a community that I work with at Shape Training. I have people that I see every day that I am determined to be a better influence for, and be a more positive and Christ-like influence. In no way am I saying that I'm anything like that, but I think there can be some goals and a lot of lessons to learn from the Bible and from Jesus and his disciples. And we talked about some of those ways that not always like perfect. Like Jesus got angry too, but it wasn't anger in the form of prejudice or hate or judgment. It was anger in the form of, why are we not living a better life? Why are we not being kinder to each other? Why are we not being true loving neighbors? And I think more now than ever we need that. It's dark times out here. So if we can bring a little light to each other, that's more than you realize. So my encouragement, if you're still listening to this, is to be the light, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and see how you can be just a little bit more selfless and giving of your time and of yourself and of your skills and your talents. Thanks for listening.